Move next to let's go to Vanderbilt at Texas A&M, and our current number is Vandy 7.5 point underdogs on the road. Totals 146 as our alma mater heads down to Funky Town. Nope, that's Fort Worth. Cowtown. Nope, that's also Fort Worth. Whatever the mixture of the two, except in a worse place.
I think this is a terrible matchup for Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt is small. They're a finesse pitch team. Texas A&M is absolutely the opposite. I think there's going to be some big time shooting regression from Texas A&M after the Tennessee game where they shot 1 for 15 from three in the second half.
Opposite regression.
Opposite regression. Again, Texas A&M, number one offensive rebounding team in the country, grabbed 42% of their misses. Vanderbilt just 134 in the country. 28th in the country for the Aggies at getting to the foul line. Vanderbilt 241st in the country in fouling. That's actually only 11th in the SEC. I thought that'd be a lot worse. But yeah, terrible matchup for Vanderbilt. Just the physicality of Texas A&M, I think, are going to overwhelm them. Um, Aggies 9-4 against the spread at home this season. They were 9-3 last week. I doubt they don't cover two in a row.
Well, as my best bet on last week's episode, Texas A&M Aggies had about the dream start. I think it was 8-0 or something like that. Texas A&M looked like Tennessee hadn't gone off the bus. And then I think what we've seen is a big flaw for Texas A&M is if you are on the other team and you have a point guard that can penetrate, they collapse the entire defense and you get a lot of open threes. That makes them, I think, vulnerable everywhere, no matter if they're at home, no matter if they're on a neutral floor in the NCAA tournament, in the SEC tournament, what have you. The big question for me, as I think, as you mentioned, is how does Vanderbilt hang on the glass? Carey, who followed the head coach from James Madison to Vanderbilt, plus McLaughlin, Sarah McLaughlin's brother, I think. He's as you said, 6'7", maybe. And I feel like Solomon Washington is probably 6'9", but like 8'9" based on arm length. That's going to be a problem on the boards. I totally see that. I'm not sure I totally agree with Texas A&M as a 3-point shooting reversion to whatever their mean is at 30.6% this season. I'm still not a believer. Yes, they were 16% this weekend, but maybe they throw a 46% out there, which will make them very hard to beat. I think the price is too big for me to want to play A&M. I think we've seen Vanderbilt play really close games on the road, not be able to hold on. In what was a very close game, I thought at Kentucky, probably should have beaten Tennessee also. So I'll take the 7.5 points, though. That is in
It wasn't close. They lost by 20
Yeah, they
in
were
my seat.
leading. They were leading at the end of the first half. Little stretch into halftime didn't go so well, and then really fell apart down the stretch. I watched that game, watched Tennessee. I think Vanderbilt, like I was not a believer in the early in the season, a lot because their numbers just didn't make sense. I feel like they guard really well, and they are. I mean, I don't know how you stop Edwards. Honestly, it looks horrible. And honestly, this weekend made me want to die a bunch of times when he was just like running, taking off balance threes over guys 6 foot or 6 inches
He
taller.
plays a lot of hero ball. He was doing that all the time in that Charleston Classic tournament.
I mean, that is who it is. That's what he does. I don't know how you reel it in, honestly, but man, Chris Magnon also. What a baller that guy is. Transfer from Cornell of all basketball blue bloods. Yeah, so I guess we're opposed on that one, but I'm really, I gotta say, Vanderbilt feels like one of those teams that could make a run in the SEC tournament, maybe the NCAA tournament. It like doesn't look like it. Like it would, Scotty Fischel would certainly reject. It wouldn't be in his like long picture book pamphlet, whatever that he gets every year, because they don't have the analytics behind it. I don't think, but they are a bunch of feels like junkyard doors to me. So we'll see what happens in that matchup.